What's up, Patreon? How are you? How are you doing? Here we go. Little vlog, some talk, some preparation for the Free Friday coming up. It's not hard, but so maybe some preparation, some elaboration. That's not what we're doing. That just came to my head. That's 44 blues. The harmonica part doesn't do that, but the guitar does. That's a really, really cool song. It's made famous by Howlin' Wolf. I don't believe he wrote it. I did a really great recording of that with an English band that hired me, and I recorded it here in New Orleans. It came out really, really good. I'll have to Google that and put a link to it. See if it's as good as I remember it. Sometimes it's not always the case. Anyway, how are you? How are you doing? Tell me in the comments. I've been busy. I'm trying to balance things. I'm doing pretty good at that. And taking less students, trying to reduce students and focus on work. You know? I'm feeling sassy tonight. Let's fix this crazy caveman hair. March 1st, Patreon Zoom. That's the first order of business we need to discuss. First of all, shout out to Mr. Adam West. Not Batman. Or maybe he is. There we go. How's that? Not bad. You can't really see it anyway. It's Horton, here's a who dat, way out of the frame. Anyway, shout out to Adam West for setting this up for me. And moderating. He's going to be moderating the thing. As you know, we changed the time, or in case you didn't see the post below this one, you guys spoke, and I listened, and I couldn't be stubborn. I couldn't. I could not do what was convenient for me when so many of you could not come. And that was a thing, a big thing. If you guys enjoy this Patreon stuff, tell your friends about it. Tell other harmonica players about it, or write it on YouTube under the videos. I'm in no need. I'm not starving or anything, but it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt to have a few more people. Now, this is a mostly stock A-flat harmonica. It came from one of my videos. It's a Marine Band Deluxe, and I'll tell you guys a secret. I'll tell you a story. See, this is why you subscribe to Patreon. You're going to hear a story. I can tell this story because I came clean. Sometimes we got to come clean. And I'll tell you, there's really, well, we all make mistakes. And if somebody can't relate to that, I don't know what to tell them. Of course, there are various degrees of making mistakes. And some of those degrees, some people find unacceptable. I understand that. Let me get a little better angle here. Let's see. It's not going to work, is it? All right, let me see what I can do here. Ooh, there we go. Beautiful. Wow, I still don't like the tilt to this harmonica. Hey, not bad. Still don't look skinny, but we'll take it. Anyway, there are various degrees, right, of screwing up. So this is in the middle. For me, it's in the middle. Okay. So what happened was with this harmonica right here. So I'll give you the long story, right? It won't be too long. This is a great story. This is some stuff nobody will ever find out. Only my closest friends know this, and Hohner Harmonicas knows this story. So Hohner Harmonicas gives me a certain amount of harmonicas free every year. I'm probably not even supposed to say that. So please don't share this story outside of Patreon. But you can tell people to come here for stories like this. This is why it's only patrons only. They give me a certain amount of free harmonicas a year. I can't remember what it is, but frankly, it's more than I can play. As most of you know, I don't go through harmonicas all that fast. As a matter of fact, they stay a long time. So when I was negotiating my deal with Hohner, I wasn't really interested in the free harmonicas because Tom Halchak was helping me out with that anyway. What I was interested in is what they could do for me on Instagram and YouTube, which frankly hasn't been that much. But I do love the harmonicas. That's the truth. So anyway, I told them when we were negotiating the deal that I didn't really need that many harmonicas, but that I would take them. And that what I would do is I would send them to Tom Halchak as payment for working on the few that he would send me over the year. I'd probably say I get 8 or 9 maybe a year, maybe less, maybe 5 or 6 sometimes less than that. But whatever, I'm getting a quality instrument from Tom. And I may send him a box with 20 harmonicas in it or more in their boxes. Now, here's the important part of the story. Tom Halchak asks for Marine Band Deluxes. Why? Why does he ask for them? Well, because they're hard to get. As a matter of fact, only one company in the United States sells these harmonicas and can get them, and that company is Rockin' Ron's Harmonicas. Now, if you want to buy a stock harmonica, I strongly encourage you to buy it from Rockin' Ron. He's been a friend of mine, and he's been good, and it's a family-owned business, and they truly have, and this is a customer across the board endorsement from everybody, the fastest shipping. Okay. So, since I work for Hohner, so to speak, endorsed, I can get Marine Band Deluxes, and I don't have to go through Ron. I just have to ask Hohner, and I have to wait a little bit longer than I normally would to get the regular ones. It might take months in some cases, but that's okay. I've got time, and I've got harmonicas to keep me busy. So anyway, I was making this YouTube video. Oh, well, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So anyway, sometimes I don't send Tom all of the harmonicas. I might keep 3 or 4, maybe 5 for myself in case I run into any emergencies on the road and I need to pull one out right away to get through the gig. And I can work on it later or work on it right before, something like that. Or maybe I don't like this one. I don't really have to do much at all. 6 overblow could use some more. Anyway, so sometimes, or this one time, a couple of times, I sold the extra harmonicas that I have. Now, I learned this behavior from pro skateboarders. They would get skateboards from the company, and there would be more skateboards than they could ride a month. And they weren't getting paid all that much, so they would sell their skateboards slightly. Skateboards were about $50 at the store. They'd sell them for $30, $35, $40 at the skate park, plus you were buying it from your favorite skater. That's pretty cool. So that's what I did. I would sell them sometimes to my friends or give them away in giveaways on YouTube. We did that a couple of times. Or I would work on them and play them. But this one particular time, I went down to my local music store. It's no longer there. It was called Uptown Music. And I sold them, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them. And that's where they stayed. So I was making a YouTube video. And this guy said, hey, you can't do that stuff you're doing on a regular harmonica. And I thought to myself, he wrote that in the comments. That's impossible. The only reason you can do that is it's a trick harmonica. It's a customized harmonica. Nobody else has those, and that's the only reason you can do that stuff. And I thought, this is a great opportunity for a video. I'll take a video. And I'll make a video of me going to the store and buying the harmonica and then doing the overblows and stuff on the stock harmonica. Right. Maybe I'll even show them how to set it up, which is what I did in the video. So anyway, Hohner sees the video. And then Hohner calls me. Now, little known fact, my wife, Kate, her cousin, works for Hohner. And I've been in family Zoom meetings with him, and we've had conversations that are a little bit beyond the normal kinds of conversations that an artist may have with a company like Hohner. So they see the video, and they notice that it's a Marine Band Deluxe, and they notice that I'm purchasing it from a store that has not been approved to sell Marine Band Deluxes. So they know that the harmonica in question did not arrive at that store from them, and there's no way they bought them from Rock and Ron. There wouldn't be a high enough profit margin. So, the fella from Hohner, not my cousin, another cat, calls me up and he says, Jay, he goes, let me ask you something. Did you plant that harmonica at the store? And I said, no, I actually bought it. It was a stock harmonica. I said, not you too? He said, no. He goes, I believe that you were doing that on a regular harmonica. I just want to know how that store got Marine Band Deluxes. So, at this point, the man knew. He knew that I had provided them with the harmonicas. So what did I do? Well, I lied. It was my instant reaction to protect myself. And I said, well, I don't know, my friend. I said, the internet's a crazy place. I said, I'm pretty sure I could have methamphetamine delivered to the house if I wanted to. It shouldn't be too hard to get a Marine Band Deluxe, So anyway, I hung up the phone and I tried to sit down and watch the new Godzilla movie. And, well, one of the drawbacks of growth is you develop a conscience. I lasted about a minute and a half and I called. I put the Godzilla on pause, and I called the fella up, and I said, "Hey, listen, I lied to you. I said I sold them those harmonicas. I had a little bit more than I needed. That particular year, they had sent me more than I had asked for. And I had called them and told them. And I said, you want them? And they said, no, keep them. And so I went down to the store and sold them and made $100, and I think I paid the water bill or the electric. Maybe I bought cigars. Who knows? I don't remember. What I do remember is I was dishonest and I lied. Well, anyway, he said, that's okay. He said, we knew already. And I said, yeah, I figured so much, but I can't live like that anymore. All right, I can't live like that anymore. Anyway, that's the story behind this harmonica right here. What else is happening? Oh, yeah. I said I would talk to you about this Free Friday. We'll do that. Quick preview. Here's a lick. Oh, it's not that. It's... All right. But I show you how to use it in context. And I stole it from Jerry McCain. So a lot of you guys have been asking me, how do I go up to the top end of the harmonica? Now I linked a bunch of videos to this below. So there's actually like at least 3 or 4 videos that show how to go up there in different ways. I think there's like 5 or 6, right? If you get into the Mixolydian stuff, right? 5 or 6 different videos. But this one's just purely major pentatonic. Now that's how I recommend going up there at first. But I like to put this little gliss in. This is not in Free Friday. So I'm going 7 draw, 8 draw, 8 blow, 8 draw, 7 draw, 8 draw, 7 draw. So the gliss is from here. Seven draw, 8 draw, 7 draw, 6 draw, 6 blow. I heard something like a raccoon. I call them raccoons. Raccoon. Raccoon of the raw order. So you can move that gliss around anywhere. It's just a draw, and then a draw. That's the... And then just go down to another draw, and then a blow. Or a bend. I'll do the other one, right? Right, here's a good exercise. So, I'm landing on 2 draw. So then I'll land on the 4 and then on the 5, right, to make a song out of that gliss. There's another one, right? That's starting on the 8. Yeah, man, Two Fingers Taylor used to have this lick. You remember him from Jimmy Buffett's band? I knew him, pretty well. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you that story real quick. Well, let me show you the lick. Yeah, how did he do it? Man, now I can't remember it. Man, come on. Man, I don't remember it. It was something like that. It was like... something like that, man. Anyway, I'll tell you the finger story. So, when I left David Kimbrough's band, I went back to Memphis to stay on Billy Gibson's couch for a little while. And hopefully not too long. And I think Billy wanted to get me out of there. So he called somebody down in Jackson. And I got a job playing harmonica a few nights a week down there with this band that was traveling regionally called the Hounds. Casey Phillips and the Hounds. As a matter of fact, my first time ever coming here to New Orleans was with Casey Phillips and the Hounds. And I got down there and I had the gig, but I only had the gig for 6 months out of the year. Fingers Taylor worked with Buffett for 6 months of the year. And then the other 6 months of the year, he was off. And he lived in Jackson, and he got this gig when he was home. So for 6 months of the year, I was unemployed. So it was a good thing. I started my own band, and I had to learn to sing and things like that. And it launched me into the position I'm in now. Had I been handed a gig that was 12 months a year, 7 nights a week or something like that, I might not have learned to sing and run my own band and be here. Funny. We never know what's good for us. There it is. I'll show it to you. So I'm doing a 2-5 split up to a 6 blow. It's a little Walter thing here. Right? So and then hitting that twice. Sometimes you hear that monkey noise to get that staccato. That's how you hear most people do it. Like that. Or on repeat. It's cool. Man, I love it. But Fingers, he would go. Hey, I don't know if he did it that cool, but probably. Yeah, man, Fingers. God bless you, bro. Rest in peace, my brother. Rest in peace. Woo! He was a bad boy. He struggled with drugs and stuff too. That's not what killed him, though. It was Alzheimer's. He got it early, young, like my age, when it started. This woman told me, wrote my inbox, God told me to tell you to quit smoking. I almost wrote back something smart, but I didn't. Because God told me not to. Wow, that's some good stuff today. Good harmonica lesson. I like this one better than Free Friday. What else is going on? I got this big-ass tour coming. Man. Oh, here's another thing. So, I've been writing these Black History posts. I've done one every day of this month. And I'm going to do 31 instead of 28, so it'll be as many as any other month has. And some of them are really good. Okay, so some of the posts are, I'm not tooting my own horn, I'm telling the truth, man. Some of them are really sincere and really beautiful and really revealing. Like, there's a lot of stories in there about me as it relates to how I came on some of this music or these people. So I think if you made it this far in the video, I think that I will share them on Patreon with you for those of you that are not on Facebook. Now, here's my hesitance so far. Here's why I haven't done it. I've been sharing on Patreon more than ever. As a matter of fact, this month I think I've done more posts on Patreon than I ever have. Funny thing, I've lost more people on Patreon this month. And I wonder, is it overwhelming to receive too much information here? And do people go, oh, well, I can't watch that, I can't watch that, I can't watch that, I'm missing everything, let me just unsubscribe? That's what I'm wondering. So I'm afraid to, I don't want to, I'm afraid to put stuff here, even if I think it's meaningful, because I don't want to overwhelm people. I don't want to dump things here, and I certainly don't want to dump things here that you can already find on Facebook. And I use all the social media platforms very differently. Some things I share across the board. Some things make it onto Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And TikTok when I had it. I deleted the app, and now I can't get it back because of what happened in the United States. But Instagram I put a lot more cigar stuff on there because people don't argue. If I put cigars on Facebook, people get really angry. Really, really angry, right? Right? And I keep YouTube very clean, right? And then over here I tell you guys stories like the Hohner story. I tell you the real truth about what's happening, or just about pretty more than I should, let's put it that way. But anyway, I don't want to flood Patreon, which is a special platform with special things and special videos like this one, with just spam posts. But at the same time, I don't want you guys to miss some of the stuff I was writing about Big Bad Smitty, about David Kimbrough, about James Brown, about Little Walter today. Don't want you to miss it. Hey.